Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Stephen Morgan.
Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and Rupee, our favorite teddy bear, and he's loving it. I take it we were all loving it all the way through his speech, especially since it came through with the best message of all, that you've got to love yourself. You're channeling Justin Bieber. I love the way that this message came through and how you managed to weave it through with your own story of how you ended up missing the rope, falling down, admitting your own mistake, and then lost your entire dream of being the fighter pilot. Oh, be careful of this. You did this a few times when you were pointing forward, when you were going up there with the fighter pilot. There were a few times that you had some great arm movements, but they blocked your face. That's something that's a lot easier to do with a camera than it is on stage. Make sure that you're practicing while you're looking at yourself with the video actually coming back at you. And given that, also remember to practice with the equipment you intend to use, such as you had the earbuds you were using at this point. Didn't get in the way, but they could. And the clothes you intend to wear. And I'll point that out because I had something in my pocket once leap out in the middle of one of my speeches. So you definitely want to practice with what you're going to be using. Your words, great choices of many of your words. I loved how you described the teddy bear, of course. I think you might want to have gone instead of the fat and loving. I think you're just trying to get to cuddly and loving it. That might have been a bit of fun. You could certainly choose shorter phrases. The rather good looking flight attendant could just be attractive. And it's nice to know that you have one wife. Well, at least the one, I suppose. That was something I guess we needed to know somewhere in there. The choreography I had pointed out to you, along with your arm movements were very good and they came through. You got to be careful of what you have to work with the screen. So know where your edges are, up, side, down. That's why it's helpful to be able to see yourself. But the part that I would suggest for it is how you were suddenly going straight through everything so quickly. I love the way you went to the suddenly, do we feel sorry for you? Well, you don't have to, because you're just going to keep right on going. We don't even have a chance to feel sorry for you because you didn't even breathe. I'm still trying to figure out how you got through that speech without passing out, because you put so much energy into this speech. Where has this been? Have you been saving this up the entire time you've been visiting just to let it all out in this one gasp? This was not the norm that we are used to seeing from you. You're usually much lower key. Is it all the pizzas and smoothies and ice cream you've been eating? Or did you do it all right before the speech? Or is this you decided to audition for the game show and this is how you're going to present it to us? Because at the first, that's kind of how it sounded like. Not a problem, but it was very different. And I understand very well changing to a different mindset and a different presentation when you go into contest mode. I will do the same thing. The key part about this is that suddenly you were loud and you were clearly loving it. I'm certainly hopeful that the audience will begin to get as much out of it as you did putting into it. That's when it gets real fun. Clearly, you were enjoying this. You put a lot of sacrifice into it, as you explained to us. And boy, that red card came off awfully quick, Kathy. But please, Rupee, keep on speaking it because we're loving it. Madam General Evaluator.